Johnny Murtagh is one of the finest jockeys on the planet. He's won more than 100 Group 1 races. He's ridden for the Aga Khan, Sir Michael Stoute and Aidan O'Brien, and been associated with horses like Cinder, Ridgewood Pearl, Rock of Gibraltar, High Chaparral and Yates. Now he partners Ocean Park on his big OE. He spoke to Trackside before linking up with our Kiwi champ.
I was in Hong Kong at the international races there in December, and I met Gary Hennessy, and he just asked me, telling me about Ocean Park going to Europe for the big races, and he asked me would I be interested in riding them. So, it was great to get such an offer of such a good horse, and he said he'd be going to Dubai for the duty free first, and then on to Europe. So that's how I heard about the horse, and that's how I picked him up. I've watched all his runs. Very impressive, very straightforward horse. He looks straightforward. He looks like he can maintain a good high tempo. He seems to get going at the 600, and he seems to be able to maintain that good high tempo. And I was very impressed with his, to win the Cox Plate. The Cox Plate is a huge race in Australia, and to win that, you have to be a good horse. And I think his comeback run, his second run back this time was a big win as well. And the trainer says Gary said he came out of the race very well. So all going well for Dubai. I'm going to Dubai on Tuesday. Next Tuesday I'm going to be there. So I was speaking to Gary this morning, and he's looking forward to meeting up again. We're going to have a bit of dinner, discuss tactics, and he said he has a girl out there who usually rides and works, so I don't know if I'll be riding and work before the big race. But as I said, I watched all his videos. I'll be able to speak to Gary and to his work rider, but he looks like he's a solid, straightforward horse. That's a good race. It's a 1 mile. It's a very fair track. It's a big long back straight, big sweeping bend, and you've got 2 furlongs, just over 2 furlongs of the straight. So I think it'll probably suit this horse. You know what I mean? You got the very best horses from Europe. There's always a couple of Japanese, maybe a few Hong Kong. So it's a very international race. I have a good record with Royal Ascot. Good on the Aussie horses. So all the horses coming up from the down under have been lucky for me. I've ridden Choisir, I've ridden Haradison, I've ridden Star Spangled Banner. So hopefully Ocean Park is another one that can come up and do the job. It's a brilliant meeting. Royal Ascot is one of my favourite weeks of the year, and it's a great track, big atmosphere. It's a 2,000 metre race. You need a horse that can stay the distance. It's always run at a pretty fast pace. It would be equivalent to the Cox Plate. It would be kind of a weight for age, older horses, full on from the word go, big climb up the hill, and you have to stay the distance, the 2,000 metres, because it's pretty severe finish. But he looks like the ideal horse for it. You're definitely coming over to take on the best horse in Europe in all the best races in England and Ireland. Champion Stakes is a huge day in Ireland. Always a smallish field, but the top 3 horses in Europe will be there. So it's left-handed, 2,000 metres, bit the same, an uphill finish. And as I said, it's a wonderful race. It's a great track, and I hope he can. If he turns up in Leopardstown on song, he'll be one of the fancied horses. It's a big mission, and he started off a couple of weeks ago. He's starting off in February. The Irish Champion Stakes is in September, and as I said, he's taking on Dubai first. The best of the horses in the world are going to run in that. Taking on Royal Ascot, and that's, as I said, all the best horses in Europe are there. And then he's gone on to Leopardstown. So it's a huge, huge task ahead of him. And he has to be 100% in each race. But I think the trainer is very happy with him. He knows the horse very well, and I think he's stable in the Newmarket with Mike the Cock. and I'm sure he'll have the best of the best there, and he'll have everything at his disposal. Good gallops. I think he's got a treadmill, swimming pool. He's got everything, so he will have a great chance. But it's a mighty task what he's taken on.